Hello, everyone, and welcome to our unboxing of the August 2023 Sam's Bee Box, which is a collaboration with this incredible person here whom you might know. This is Danielle Wickes. How are you doing, Danielle?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great. This is such an exciting day.
I'm brewing with excitement.
Overflowing.
How's your week been, Danielle?
It's good. I'm getting better. I was sick, so I'm feeling so much better. And you know how you like when you get better from being sick, and like everything's great.
So thank gosh.
I'm not good right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad you're on. Yeah, I'm so glad you're on the mend.
Me too. Oh my goodness.
It was such a pleasure to get to work with you on this box. So I'm like, our whole theme today for everyone watching. Hello to everyone. Wave hello if you're joining live. We said some folks said they caught your class earlier today. That's awesome. So we get some double Danielle.
Yeah, that wasn't your day.
And so we're gonna be taking a look at the Coffee Lovers box, which is our latest Sam's Bead box. We'll tell you all about it. We'll show you the extras, which are actually now available on our website.
You can grab any of your favorites.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for the live sale. They are available in the app. They're available on the website. So you can just go scoop them up. While we're chatting about the box, you could start your shopping if you like. Just want to make sure you know that those are there. And I think that's the general gist of today. And we'll get to show you a little sample project that Danielle has already made with the box.
I know, she's already started making. And I know there's going to be a lot coming. Well, Danielle, will you reveal to everyone what is the theme of our August box and tell it? And why don't you read to us the story behind it?
So the theme is Coffee Lovers, and
a perfect Danielle idea.
Yes, definitely. That was the first idea we had. It's all earth tones with some, eggshell, creamy white colors, and just lots of chocolate.
Yes.
So, yes. And should I open it?
Go ahead. Yeah, show them. Do the reveal. This is a full unboxing.
I haven't actually even opened this box yet, so.
I know we sent you multiple, so you had lots to play with.
Yeah. And some candy. Woohoo! I love these.
We always have some sweets.
You never know which candy you'll get each month.
I know, right? These are good too. I love these ones. And the gold is perfect.
So in each box, you get an insert that has lots of helpful information on it. So you get to learn a little bit more about the box there, which is what we'll talk about first. And then you also get an item list there. Rachel will tell you more about kind of how she puts together the item list, but they're both lots. We try to give you lots of information about the box that you receive, and it comes in all recyclable packaging so that lots of folks actually just keep that box because it's actually such a nice box for organizing their bead boxes.
Me too.
Yeah. Do you want to take it out of the cardboard and let's start giving them a peek of the colors? Yeah, let's show them what it looks like right out of the bag.
A second candy.
I knew there was one hiding.
Yeah. Sometimes they hide underneath there. All right, let's take a look at
your little gift basket is what it feels like.
Oh, we're doing a double paper these days. This is how I'm learning things.
You want to make sure it's very secure in there and doesn't move.
All right. Ooh, there it is.
There it is. Show us those colors. This is everyone's goodie bag.
This is that moment where you're like, "Whoa, look at all these."
I know it happens.
It's like what has come in your box. So I'm gonna switch the cameras over just so we can folks can now see the full array here. Give me
Danielle, while we do that, do you want to start reading us and tell us about the box?
So the inspiration for this box was a coffee shop that was right next to where when I started college, I was in the on campus living, and there was a little coffee shop nearby, and it was cool because it had like a bunch of thrift store furniture in it. And so I'm just gonna read what we wrote here. Yeah. It says, I was a regular at a wonderful coffee shop in my college years, and my day often began there with coffee, bagel sandwiches, there was like onion on the bagel sandwich. It was so good. Sometimes I get chocolate croissant, sometimes I get both. And I was especially fond of this shop because it felt like more than just a place to grab coffee. Like it had, like I was mentioning, the eclectic furniture. It was all thrift store furniture and nothing matched. And when I think about this shop, it just kind of for me, it was a time of freedom, of independence. I was discovering good coffee for the first time.
Yes.
The memories of just that time in your life when it's just, like it's all about you. It's about your enrichment, your learning, and your like who you are, figuring all that out, and just great people. And so for this month's theme, Rachel, Sam, and I designed a coffee house inspired palette. It was inspired by rich, earthy tones in the shop. So in this box, you're going to find are like dark roast browns. We even have coffee beans.
Yeah, we had to. They're so cute.
So there's some dark roast. I see some medium and light roast in there. And then there's let's see, the latte creams. So starting with everything from these beautiful hearts to in the seed bead mix, there's a little bit of cream for your coffee and pinch beads. If you guys know me, I love pinch beads. It's just something that I'm really into. And so
it is a Danielle favorite.
It's one of my favorite beads of all time. And then look at this is like a dark roast coffee cream like this. I love that one. So pretty. So there's the creams, pops of warm autumn tones. And so mustard yellow. That's got to be in there, right? And look at the copper on that. Because of the color, the way the yellow looks, it almost looks like a pinky, like a berry.
Yeah.
That's really pretty. I love that.
We're going to go through the items one by one just so we get to all share about every single one.
Yeah.
I was curious, like, to learn a little bit more about like your college years and like if you like had any more memories or like some of the people you met then, or even like what was the vibe walking into this coffee shop?
Well, so the vibe was very indie rock, like indie bands. And in fact, like some of the baristas there were, collectors of vinyl and stuff like that. They were just, that was the style. That was the, just think corduroys and, oh gosh, where was I? It wasn't that year that I started, but a couple years later, I actually saw Weezer live, but this is before they were really big and it was in a really small venue. And so like that whole experience of just being around like local music, some of the bands made it, some of them didn't, but it was just so cool to be in that kind of just, there's so much energy.
Totally.
Were you making art? Like what was your creative outlet at that time?
I wasn't making jewelry then. Jewelry is something I discovered later, but I was doing painting. I used to paint on ceramics, like little, or I'd go find wood bark or something, paint on it and then spray lacquer it. And
so cool.
The family was into that at Christmas. I would make ornaments and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you like ever just not being creative. I feel like that must always be a part of you. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And what were you studying at the time?
I studied international business and French was my minor. So I was always looking at, different languages and I had just done a study abroad. So I lived in France for 3.5 months or so.
Oh, wow.
And so that was really fun I was in a club with people who spoke both Spanish and French because that was part of the major. A lot of folks did both languages, which was really cool. So we were always like kind of like speaking in 3 different languages, and it's still okay. I can understand a lot more than I can say back, and I can read and write pretty well.
Wow,
this is amazing. Like if I watch a movie and it's going really fast and they're using lots of like idiomatic phrases, I lose it sometimes. I'm not able to track. But yeah, it's still in there somewhere.
We're learning something new here.
That's so cool. Should we take a look at the box and maybe you'll start to think of more about like the vibe of this coffee shop? Because I feel like that's where we drew inspiration for this box.
For sure, yeah.
So
that's where these tones came from.
I have our item list that we will be going through. So every month I come up with an order of the items, and the goal is to tell a story, a color story, and kind of take you through the journey of the box. So you're always welcome to open the box in a random order or follow this. We're going to follow this. We're going to tell you about each bead, and then everyone can just, Danielle, you can share any little, what you think of the beads. Why did we have to include them? Any details you want to add. So
yeah.
We will kick things off with all of our strands. We have a ton of long, beautiful strands this month, starting with some of our gems, which would be our Hessonite garnet fasted
Gotta start with
rounds.
gems.
Yep. These ones actually have a slight gradient to them in colors. You can kind of see it going from the lights and the darks and back again.
Yes,
This is-
Hessonite's a lovely form of orange. It's a form of garnet,
It's gonna be.
and garnet comes in all sorts of colors. And Hessonite's always one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is a 7.5 strand of the 4 millimeter size. And it's just that that orangey amber tone that's just so luxurious. So pretty.
So that's like a very nice quality stone. I'm so glad we're gonna get to design with this month.
And continuing with some of those oranges, we have our smooth Druck rounds in the orange stone Picasso. It is a 25-piece strand of 6 millimeter beads.
What do you think of these beads, Danielle?
Oh my god, I love them. Look at these together. They're like,
Oh yeah.
Are you putting the Hessonite with them?
yeah.
I feel like your mind starts to spin. Are the wheels turning?
Oh yeah, they definitely are. I might need to do more than one thing, and the people
And
can
I
just
like-
pick what they like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I love the texture that those beads have. Like that just that brings I know you just are such a big fan of the earth tones, those autumn tones, and like this one really gives me those feels.
Totally. I see some fire polish.
Yep, we've got some 3 millimeter fire polish. We had to go a little smaller because I know that is like a favorite size of yours.
This was a special request by Danielle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this is in a gorgeous satin copper. We spent a bit of time choosing like the right copper. There were a few different tones, and this is a 38-piece strand of 3 millimeter fire polish.
Is this one of your go-to sizes for fire polish, Danielle?
This is for seed beading. You really want something about 3-4 millimeter. It's just perfect.
Kind of to pair with your seed beads.
Yeah, exactly. They match really nicely together.
And then here's that fave Danielle was talking about. We did a very long strand of pinch beads, which I think Danielle would have gladly taken even more than that too.
Yeah, we have a 50-piece strand here of 4x5 millimeters of pinch beads in the cream silk color.
That's so gorgeous.
What do you love about the pinch beads?
They look really cool, strung with a seed bead in between. I mean, that's all you even need to do with these is just put them together with a seed bead strung, and then you can mix it up, like have like color block necklace with just little spacers.
Yeah.
They also stitch up really cool in designs. You can do a lot of stitch designs with them.
Danielle, did you get a puppy?
I didn't. It's Alex. So
And actually
Did you
jump
see me
over
earlier? I
to
was
this one,
giving
Sam.
the candy over.
Hi, Alex.
Can you jump over to that one?
Yes. Hi, all. I got to meet both of Danielle's kids at Bead
Bead
Fest.
Fest.
They're both
so
so
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
Here are some check glass petal leaves in the desert opal copper, 12x14 millimeters, a 8-piece strand. I just get this like caramely, just like, I don't know, that opal quality is so unique, isn't it?
This is one I remember you asking about. What drew you to this tone, Danielle?
It was the cream colored, transparent, coppery, and also just this shape.
Okay.
We can do a lot with this shape.
Because you've actually showed us a bracelet on a past class using, I believe, this petal leaf, or at least a very similar top drilled leaf of how you weaved with it to get it to lay really nicely.
It was the same one. We made it look like wings.
I didn't. You did.
It was so cool.
I remember which we did that in a class with multiple projects, and I can't remember which class that was now.
I think it was the one with the owls.
Is it part of the Owls of the Earth class?
Yes, that one.
Okay, y'all, look up Owls of the Earth, Sam's Bead Shop, and there is a really cool tutorial using this shape.
Yeah, it was the dragonfly bracelet. It was a
yes. Okay, y'all, we already have an idea for you. Go search Owls of the Earth on our YouTube channel.
Please.
And then we wanted to bring in those dark, rich, roasty coffee chip colors, coffee ground. So this is our 8 millimeter, 18-piece strand of Druck rounds in the dark roast brown silk. This is like a very like rich luxe brown silk color.
That is gorgeous.
This is chocolate
dark
bar.
roast, my favorite.
Yeah. How do you drink your coffee?
What's your coffee order, Danielle?
I used to really like to put tons of like milk and cream in them. I don't really do that anymore. I always have loved a dark roast espresso though. Like, strong coffee.
You just
Now
sip.
I
You
put
use
like
your espresso sipper.
I used to do that too. Now my go-to thing is I froth up a bunch of soy milk or almond milk.
Yeah.
And it'll be like half of that, and then the rest will be coffee.
Nice.
So we just like stir that.
Delicious.
Yum.
Yeah.
Let's see. Our next gemstone. Okay, you got to tell us about this one, Sam.
Oh my gosh. I am obsessed. So this was custom made. This is, I think, one of the first times we fully have designed a gemstone bead for the box. So I actually met this cutter at Tucson last year, and he was saying, I was like, yeah, I could cut things for you for the box. And one of the stones that we had discussed was bronzite for this box. We just it's one of the richest, most exciting neutral stones I think that you can find. And so we ended up picking coins and squares and custom designing the cut so that there's a flat edge on all of these pieces, because Danielle's fave is to brick stitch, but the requirement for brick stitching is a flat rim. So instead of having your standard, we have about a 3 millimeter rim on the squares and rounds, so that we can challenge Danielle to potentially try some of her signature.
Sam's adding a challenge here.
Some of her signature.
We can do that. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now, and there's some edges on this one that'll do that. It'll work.
Yeah, and they're also a little bit puffed. We really got to work with the folks who were cutting the gemstone to get. We really wanted to have that slight puff to the shape and that rim around it, and getting the mix of shapes was really cool.
So what's cool is on Tuesday's sale is I felt so much. We got the bronzite with the mix of coins and squares on a string, which I've never seen before because I don't think people have done it. So I ordered it in 10 other stones.
Yeah.
I ordered amethyst and dragon's blood jasper and kambaba jasper and all sorts of fun ones in this same size, cut, mixed strand. So all that's coming on Tuesday at our Beadbox little Beadbox celebration sale, live sale.
So yeah, if you have any inspiration for folks on how to use those, then they'll be able to do it in so many different stones, whether it's stitching or anything.
So those are coming. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I gotcha.
Next, some more fire polish. This is another 3 millimeter strand. This one is 50 pieces long. It is in the dark leather brown silk.
Some of the dark ones are hard to show, but I hope folks experiencing them in person are getting to enjoy the richness of some of the tones Danielle had picked out.
Oh yeah, they're like a red. They're almost reds either.
Yeah, they have this red tone to them. That was that sort of that leathery quality. I know. These colors, I'm imagining just sitting in this big, comfy leather chair that's super worn. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Oh, was it time for another gemstone?
Yes, it's time for the sunstone. I think this was a special request you had.
This was the one I was just picking up. It's going to be perfect just as a necklace like that.
So we managed to score grade A sunstone for Sam's Beadbox. I am kind of amazed that this came together.
Yeah.
So they made us these graduated strands of sparkling sunstone.
Yeah, they go from about 3.5 to 6 millimeters, and it's a 4-inch strand. That sparkle is so incredible.
Isn't that wonderful? So why do you love sunstone, Danielle?
It just reminds me of San Diego. It's just bright colors, and also there's a little bit of sparkle like sand in it. Do you notice that?
Oh, totally. Kind of like how sand has that golden when the sun hits it. Oh, absolutely.
It almost be kind of like
beach town feel.
Cosmic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a very celestial feeling.
I cannot wait to see what you do with your sunstone strand.
I love this one. This is very beautiful.
And then another one of a lot of this check glass is made custom. This is I think a brand new shape to the box. We have not had this in the box before. This is the fairy tale flower, a beautiful, kind of newer check glass shape. And we specifically picked this yellow pumpkin silk, almost a little bit mustardy, with the copper wash on it. They're 11 millimeters, and it's a nice 10-piece strand. They're so cute.
Very generous one. Yeah.
So how did you guys come to picking out the yellow tones? How did you pick out that?
We definitely like looked at a lot of range of, I feel like, yellows and oranges to try to find like the right tone, and we wanted the warmness to match well with the leather and kind of blend really nicely.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember
the
some of-
process is
go ahead.
really cool for how, like, I'd never done that process that you guys have developed before.
Mhm.
If it's okay to share,
Sure.
Yeah, give a
Where
little
you-
behind the scenes.
you do the Excel with the photos and all the color options. So we were focused on shape here, focus on color here, and I could pull color from one shape and say this shape, this color, and match it all up. And it was very just like, it was just such a free style, like anything you could think of and match up. And I knew mustard yellow had to be in this. So it was just like, what shape should we do in the mustard yellow? And so this one, fell in love with it.
Yeah, and you told us that the coffee shop was full of flowers and like plants and
Oh yes,
so
I
like
forgot to mention that.
we wanted to bring in all of those elements, that natural elements.
And I feel like with Danielle design, you need to have your pop of color.
Yeah,
that is key.
She's not afraid of color.
Need something that pops for sure.
All right, now we have gone through all of our strands. So now we'll go through our next selection, starting with the fabulous coffee beans. We have a 12-piece set of lots of different colors. They are 8 by 10 millimeters in size. Our coffee house
that
mix.
So everyone gets a variety of tones here.
Yeah, and it's a lot of pairs. So it'll be, you can kind of pair up the matching colors if you want to like use them in earrings, or you can use this blend all together in a design.
The mix came up so nicely. You guys picked out so many beautiful coffee beans. Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. I'm so happy that there is check glass coffee bean beads. Like, how perfect. And they look so real. Like, they look like a real, like I'm holding a coffee bean.
They do. They really do. All the different colors. And I love that there's a mix of matte and a luster. Really
absolutely.
Because you use a mix of that in your designs, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of earrings in that one pile there.
No, right? That would just be cool to have a dangle of coffee.
Just all the coffee beans.
Super easy to design with this box.
Next is one of our true special things in this box. That is our custom engraved coin pendant that we designed all together. This is in amber bamboo wood. Everyone gets a piece. It is 27.5 by 31 millimeters. You've got coffee beans with the greenery behind it. And they all have, and I purposely left it on for you there.
So glad.
So you want to just show people the back right now. You're not seeing the wood. You're actually seeing a protective paper that's on the back. So Sam is going to, with his very short nails.
Call me out here.
Well, we're just like telling you like why you might have some trouble.
Even I could do it.
There
so
you go.
Could
So now you
do
can
it.
see this just peels off this kind of like sticker, and it reveals that gorgeous wood texture.
So this is a gorgeous natural bamboo.
So lovely.
So this was quite the team effort to get this put together. We had these. We designed all the files and tested it and adjusted it.
Yep.
And then had all these pendants cut for us for the very first time.
I mean, with so many little choices. How big do we want it? How big do we want the loop? How big do we want the coffee beans compared to the leaves? Like so many little, graphic design decisions. And I love how it came out.
Is this one that is in the extras, the Beadbox extras?
People can grab. So everyone has one in the box, and then we have extras if people want more of them.
I believe the extras are all from our we call our misfits pile. We gave all the best ones because there's obviously variants in wood. All the best ones went in the box, and then you can grab some discounted ones now.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and someone just asked in the comments, who's gonna paint it? That is true. You do have you can leave it natural, but you do have options to play around with it and embellish it however you'd like.
Definitely let us know what you think of this concept in general, because it was very fun to get to play around with very specific design like that.
And to bring in a new material, to bring wood into the box.
Totally.
That's very cool. I thought it was so cool. The whole thing, the whole process is really cool.
Next, we have one that I know Danielle gave us a little hint of earlier that she loves, the Dancing Daisy coin focal in latte silk copper, 18 millimeters in size, a 2-piece set.
Wow. These came out so
A
nicely.
new shape to the box.
And another one you can stitch on if you want to.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we might be doing some brick stitching this month as well.
I hope so.
There's going to be a lot of that, I think. For sure.
If you guys have not seen Danielle's wonderful brick stitching tutorials, they're on her website. We've done it as a class.
Mm-hmm.
We did one for like Day of the Dead. She showed it, but I think you've shown it many times on YouTube.
Yeah, and I think I've even, from my learning, I've shared some designs of brick stitch on like hoops and things. Yeah. Next up are some more earring pair options. You have the kiwis and the hearts. So you have a pair of table cut kiwis and 4 pieces of hearts. So, 2 earrings there. But bring in some of our creams and our mocha colors there.
I hear the bead train. You guys hear the bead train?
There is? There's a bead train?
Oh, we're right by some train tracks here. So anytime a train comes by, it's obviously the bead train bringing us more beads.
Excellent.
And I know these kiwis were one that you really loved, that design.
I love the kiwis. They're so pretty.
It's a very elegant design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like wood grain to me.
Yeah.
Kind of how it's carved.
It does. It really does.
I imagine the coffee shop had a lot of wood elements in it.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of tables, and the walls had some grain on it. And a lot of the planters.
Sounds like such a wonderful place to get to go do some homework, meet up to work on a project.
This is really fun.
Yeah. And kind of bringing in that wood grain. I almost see that in this bead. Our Dragonfly Shield, a brand new Dragonfly bead.
Custom done for us.
We got a custom. Yeah, this was fun deciding, exactly what we wanted for that base glass, bringing in the stripes and exactly what type of wash on it. So this is a striped light amber mixed copper, 20 by 26 millimeters.
That's so cool. This one is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
What a bold focal option that we get to play with here.
Yeah, a nice big size.
It is really bold, yeah. But the symbol is so cool too. I love that dragonfly.
Yeah, it really pops on there.
Yeah.
And then a Danielle favorite here.
Some saucers in bronze luster, 2 by 5 millimeters. You get about 75 pieces.
This is a generous bag.
I feel like we had to do saucers in a Danielle box. Danielle always uses the saucers when we include them. And I'm sure you'll see them pop up.
Oh yeah, they're in the bracelet you'll be showing off. Saucers and pinch beads. Go-tos.
So cool.
I love that you often put a spacer between your saucers. Like, I've totally stolen that and done that in a necklace, and it's so fun.
Oh, good.
I think that the saucer is the spacer, but no, it gets its own spacer. All right, we're only a few left here. Next is another brand new focal, the apple flower focal.
I'd say you guys might have set a record for picking out the most new shapes.
Yeah, we kept going. We're just like, how many new things?
Because I couldn't decide. That's the reason.
So we did them all. I know. I'm so glad.
So you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, this is in the Sunny Days mix with the yellows and oranges and whites and browns. Such a cool glass mixing.
It's incredible.
I've never seen anything quite like that.
That's so pretty. It has all the colors in the box together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they were able to make a glass mix that matches the box so perfectly. You guys nailed this.
Oh no, it was a team effort.
Oh yeah.
But me and Danielle had a lot of like messages back and forth, and we'd get to hop on a Zoom, and I know it was almost like we were scheming and just like,
I know
it was a lot of art. And we'd be like, Sam, okay, we're ready to show you, Sam.
I know they kept me in the loop, and like I was involved in the box, but like these two came up with so many great ideas for this box. So I just want to
we had
all
fun
know
together.
how much care they put into making.
I got to hang out with Danielle a lot. It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
These rectangles bring in some more of those stripes with the striped light pink crystal Picasso, 8 by 12 millimeters in size, and a 6-piece set.
Vicky says, I think this has been my favorite box.
Aww.
Oh, really? Aw.
That's so cool.
What a compliment.
Oh, Danielle just brought such a fresh perspective and new ideas. I mean, you got us to use beads we wouldn't have thought to use and colors like that. That's why we love getting to work with you and so many other designers. Just you have such incredible designer visions.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have a different eye for a bead, right? 'Cause it's what
Exactly.
yeah.
And then we have our hoop charms, a 2-piece set. And these are one of your favorites to use, right?
They are. Yeah, I love to brick stitch on them. And then sometimes if it works out, you can get a bead in the center. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do with these. That's kind of the vision. I'm going to see what works. I have like 3 or 4 different ideas and I'm going to try them all and pick my favorite and then teach it.
And of course, we had to do copper plate because Danielle probably has every single thing Tear Gus has ever made in copper.
Yeah, that is your color, isn't it? That's
if
your
they don't
metallic.
make it in copper, I special order it in copper.
Yeah.
It is one of the most stunning finishes. I'm so glad Danielle picked it out for this box. Oh my goodness.
Love it. It's so gorgeous.
And it goes with one that I guess are we coming back to the
Yeah, we're
button?
gonna come back to that one. But what we have at the rest of the items are all ones. Actually, yeah, here. We put these all together for you. So next Friday, Danielle is going to teach her leather wrap bracelet design. Actually, maybe now is the time. Do you want to show it, and then we can talk about the beads? So we had a very specific project in mind while we were picking up the beads because we wanted to make sure it had all the beads in that you'll need.
So
what
starts
is
with
this?
the button, the cool apple blossom button, and then we just got a little knot here.
And Danielle's made an entire leather wrap bracelet from the contents of the box. Oh
So
my
it's
gosh,
just
it came out so beautifully.
Got some little different themes here, little patterns, and this is all variable. You can do anything you want. Got the spacers, and the pinch beads are cool because on one side you get that look, and on the reverse you get that.
Oh my gosh, it came out so well.
So the pinches are so fun. I really love playing with those, and they can be you can orient them any way you want. So you can make them look different.
Will you
And
tell us
I
about
also
this
really
technique? This is one you've
So
been doing
this
for a long
technique
time, right?
is one that kind of started my jewelry making thing. I mean, it was the first thing that really sold for me really, really well when I first started selling jewelry. And it's because I think at the time it's just that you can do any colors, any style. You can just do as many wraps around. This is a 2 wrap design. I think we decided to go with a 2 just because that's a really good.
It looks amazing.
Thank you.
It's so gorgeous on.
I love it. And the way that it's made is a lot like looming. And looming was my other, love in beading. And so what I have is an example of how they're made. And I thought I would share it just in case anyone wants to know what kind of stuff they might need. This is just one example of a lot of things that'll work. This is just a try. I got this at a craft store. It's just like.
This is do it yourself.
So this is where did I get this? This is Creatology. So this is Michael's. You can see these at the craft store. They're everywhere. And then here at the back are Lark's knotted rubber bands. And that's how I'm creating the tension.
Danielle, that is genius.
So
how are you
cool.
so smart?
And you're going to demo.
It's necessity, right? Because I first learned how to do this at a bead store over in Seattle. And they taught me with clipboard. And the problem with the clipboard is you can't get your hands under it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to make it work. I mean, you can do it. It'll work. You can even attach it with clips to your desktop anything's going to work for you. But isn't it so much easier if you can get under it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a lot of macrame is done that way too, which I don't understand because you need to get under your macrame. So yeah.
And you'll show us at 3 p.m. Pacific next Friday how to set up the rubber bands and all that.
Yeah, and I'll do PDF. I've been taking
Cool.
pictures as I did this one, showing
Awesome.
how to do this and how to get it real tight. So it's nice
What's
and tight.
the rough size of that tray? Is it 12 inches long?
And of course, this is not required to be this big. It's kind of nice to be able to fit your whole bracelet in one, but you can always go around, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is it doesn't give me measures. Let's measure it here. Let's measure it on my map.
It's so creative just to use that. You can turn a tray into a entire bracelet station for yourself.
Exactly. No, it's 16 inches is the length, the long measurement. And then the short measurement is 12 inches. But again, that's not a requirement. It could be anything. And like if you have a pair of boots, if you bought a pair of boots, it's the lid of that boot box is going to work for you.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
or
you can just use a shoebox.
You could literally
a
use a
shoebox.
shoebox.
Yeah, because that'll be
I
perfect.
love
So
this.
grab your shoe boxes, grab a tray, like
Jordan
Or
has
like
some
in
shoebox
Target.
meeting next week.
Find like a little in Target,
Yeah.
those cosmetic things that work, like anything. All we're
Yeah,
gonna
cool.
do is wrap around it with rubber band in your leather.
So grab some. So you'll need the tray is helpful, some rubber bands, and then besides the beads in the box that we'll go over in one sec, people will need some thread, right? What options do they have for
Yes.
thread?
So what you're seeing here is wildfire. I've used
Okay.
wildfire on this one. I don't know if it's coming over. That green is really overpowering, but I should have got another color.
You could spray paint it.
I could spray paint it. Yeah, they come in like all colors. But then on the sample here, I just used a nylon beading thread and a deep chocolate brown.
Nice. So
You could
there's
use-
some options.
Any size D, size B. It's super forgiving. People do this kind of stuff with almost any thread, like
Okay.
anything you've got. I've seen people do it with sewing thread if you can get it through the beads. That's the only tricky part.
Cool.
Do you use a needle for this or no? Just thread. You do
Yeah,
use
in
needle
fact,
too, okay.
it's thread hungry. It's intensely thread
Mhm.
hungry. It uses a lot of thread, and it's work doubled. So here's my needle on there.
Cool.
And what you do is you start with a lark's knot of the thread right there at the top, and you get that lark's knot on there. Then you bring that first bead and the tails through it, and then you just start looming basically under, over, under, over, under, over.
That is gonna be such a
Can't
week
wait
from
to
today.
see it come. Yeah, a week from today.
Oh my gosh.
So let me show folks what beads we recommend for it.
Yeah.
So that is what's at the bottom of our list. So first would be the leather cord. So this was important so that you could really make it with the box, not just having the beads, but having the leather cord to go with it. So this is in a warm brown color. You get 2 meters. It is made in India. It is a really fabulous leather.
Yeah, we now carry a good amount of leather in the shop. We carry 3 main sizes.
Yeah,
Your
the
1
one-
millimeter, 1.5 millimeter, and 2
2 millimeter. Yeah, and Danielle chose the 1.5 millimeter for this class as kind of a great option for the bracelet.
So this is the first time we've ever included a material like this in the box.
Yeah.
So this is ready to go for the bracelet, and she even picked out kind of how much we included so that we could have enough for that double wrap bracelet.
Yep. So you got your leather, and then the button closure is fabulous that you saw. So from the box, you can use the apple blossom button, an antique copper from Tierra Cast, made in the USA, 14 by 15.5 millimeters.
Danielle, you picked out such a nice clasp.
Oh, thank you.
So
I love
pretty.
that button. That's one of my favorites.
I feel like this is gonna be might quickly become many folks' favorite closure because it's such a nice 3D design.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
hope
that's
so. Yeah.
And then in that copper, yeah, you picked out perfectly.
And then the 2 beads that you will definitely want for this are some ones that seed bead lovers will definitely recognize, but I think everyone will love these. Would be some Miyuki, which is really high quality seed beads made in Japan. So first we have the 2-hole Tila beads.
Woo! Look how they're gorgeous Tilas.
In a fabulous cappuccino mix. They are 5 millimeters in size, and you get about 45 pieces. There's actually 4 different colors in there, in a beautiful blend. They're so cool.
How did you pick out some of these colors, Danielle?
We just went with the earth tones with some cream. So there's also some sparkly, like maybe if you're into the new oleato, there's a little bit of an oily finish on some of these.
I just got
the
that.
olive oil coffee.
Starbucks.
Oh yeah, I'm into that. That's so good. It is.
Oh, really?
You get the oleato?
Mm-hmm. There we go. Because it's got that kind of color to it. So yeah.
And then you also get, is this a Miyuki?
Yeah, it's 11.0 Miyuki round seed bead mix, Danielle's custom coffee house mix. And you get about 6 grams, which is fabulous.
But this is
And
a
a
lot of seed
beautiful
beads. This is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So gorgeous. So in the bracelet, we definitely recommend using the seed beads and the Tila beads, and you could just stick with those. Or as you were showing, you can add in other beads from the box to add a little more flair, whether it's the pinch beads or the saucers, or even some of the
Fire
3
polish.
millimeter fire polish. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So all of that is like we have at the bottom of here, like what you definitely will want, and then you can add in other beads too. And then, as we said, the main materials you'll need to bring for next week is a very long spool of thread. We'll be showing off the thread we have in a moment here. Thread, a needle, and a tray and rubber bands.
Cool.
And you'll be ready. And we'll get that PDF.
Is that list on the website?
I'll get that added to the website for sure, so folks can reference that.
I'll send it to you. I'll write up a.
Okay, perfect.
I'm hoping that I'll have this done this weekend, maybe, so people can have it early. The photos and stuff would be helpful.
Awesome. Your PDFs are always amazing.
But there's the great resource page for this box is linked in this video. It's also on our website. If you go to the Coffee Lovers page, that's where you can find your beadbox extras. You can find a downloadable image because folks have been asking for a higher quality image that they can print out for reference. You can download the insert. So in case you don't want to have to keep the paper insert, we have a digital one available. And that's where also we can start adding things like the lists of supplies for the bracelet.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is the whole box. I hope folks who got this themselves have been enjoying starting to take it out, starting to make. But if you didn't subscribe and did not get the box, we still, at least at this moment in August 2023, still do have some more of the box. So if you want to grab the entire Coffee Lovers box, you can head on over to Sam's Bead Shop and pick one up. Take a look at the link in the comments. A link in the bio.
Those extra boxes go a little quickly these days. We only have like 15 left of the Viva Magenta box from last month. So when a box is popular, the extras go very quickly. So if you are wanting, say, a second box, or like if you know you're going to want extras of most items, the best price is still to get the whole box because you still get a nice discount on it.
Yeah, you're getting $85 retail of beads. You can grab it for $65. Subscribers got it for $49, but you can still get it for $65, which is a great deal.
Absolutely.
So we have lots of things that go with the box. Should we show those off?
I think it's time.
All right. I didn't know if Danielle has seen all of these things.
I have not. No, this is new for me. I shall be shopping right now.
Yeah. Well,
we'll send you whatever you want.
Yeah, we got to send you some more stuff. I can start a goodie bag.
Tila mix. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, where should we start, Sam?
Silver silk.
Okay, right here across the top is the fabulous silver silk that we custom designed with Nilay Patel of Silver Silk and More. And so we came up with some combinations that we thought went great with the box. So we have two different flat mesh options. That is the knitted wire ribbon chain that just has a great flexibility and flow. So you can grab that in this gorgeous amber color, which is this sort of like coppery orange, just beautiful tone. I really want to send you some of this for sure.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
So gorgeous. Oh my God, it matches the fairy tale flowers like perfectly. Yep. That is amazing. So that's the amber option.
Wow, thank you, Nilay.
That's a new color. I don't think he's done in flat mesh in that color before.
Speaking of Nilay, he is our collaborator for next month's
September.
box. So you're getting Danielle and Nilay back to back. So
is Nilay next month?
Yeah, he's the September box.
I hope he gets some of these flowers.
we shall give no secrets.
No hints. And then we also have a combo pack of bright and antique copper because Danielle is our copper lover along with Sam.
Yeah. So this is the Danielle Dream Pack. You get bright copper and antique copper flat mesh. You get, is it 2.5 each?
Yeah.
So these would work really great with you can get Nilay's findings that he custom makes for Silver Silk from his website, silversilkonline.com. And then we carry TierCast findings that work as well. So if you just search flat mesh on our...
Yeah, the crimp ends will show up as well.
Yeah, if you search flat mesh, you'll see the crimp ends. And those work nicely if you fold over the flat mesh once. It just fills it up a little bit more. Pull a little bit of glue and crimp it on down. And then you've got this like really nice supple chain that you can finish like any necklace with. It's super fun to play with.
And along with the flat mesh, we also have some custom pipe chain, my absolute favorite. So the pipe chain is this hollow silicone rubber tube and because it's hollow, you can put memory wire or stringing beading wire or craft wire to form your piece of jewelry. And then it has this gorgeous knitted wire overlay to it. So this one it's that amber color you saw in the flat mesh over a brown. It's that rich brown with that sparkly amber on top.
It's like the sunstone and the bronze.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
I love that brown base color.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm definitely we're getting transported into autumn here.
This is
Absolutely.
such a luxe design with that amber wire. Oh my goodness. Even like some of the copper could work in there too.
Yeah.
A little mixed metal, a little bit.
Wow, look at
So
that.
pretty. And then our other custom pipe chain silver silk combo is the bright copper on top of a white base. So this one has a really like light,
Oh, wow.
very airy kind of feel to it. I'm really loving it. It has like a rose gold look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bright copper. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
my
like,
God.
I try to pick out it's hard to pick out the perfect beads
On
that
the
I want
spot.
for it.
Come up with your yeah. Pair it with the petal leaves. 100%.
And there's
We're
something
gonna have to
else.
do
It needs
something
like
with
one
that.
more.
I don't know, maybe
Yeah, I'm a big
Little
fan of
button.
pipe chain, especially for like bracelets,
mhm.
because you can even make one string of your bracelet just a loop of the pipe chain, and then another loop can be your beads. It's very fun to play with.
How do we not have coffee right now that we're not drinking alongside this?
It's
Maybe
because-
next class. Next class we should.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about that, but I was like,
Have an
Rachel and I currently, I'm an off and on coffee person, and Rachel is a never coffee person.
I'm a black tea person.
Tea's
But
good
like
too.
we can all have our drink.
I imagine this
Yeah.
coffee house sold more than just coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was food and everything. So
Great. We'll bring the snacks too.
yeah, the croissants and the bagel sandwiches. So that is the custom silver silk. So if you head on over to the homepage of the website or to the links in the description, you can pick up some of this gorgeous limited edition silver silk. And then we have lots of fabulous seed beads. So if you love the 11-0
Thanks, Connie.
Miyuki mix in the box, you can grab that in a large 22-gram
Whoa.
tube. It's got the same
Oh, good.
4 fabulous colors. I think the ratio is slightly different in the box versus in that
Oh, is
one,
it?
but it's still the same 4 colors. I think you get more cream in the tube.
more
Ooh.
cream. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
actually really good. Yeah, I was using a lot of the cream.
Yeah. So yeah, I love that with the browns and the creams and the sparkle and the metallic.
It seems smart to pick up a bigger tube of this because I think we're going to be doing some bead weaving this
Well,
month.
I've been doing a few designs that use this. Yeah.
And then you made another mix?
Yeah. And then we have, it's pretty, I mean, it definitely is matching in tone and feel. I think there's some slight differences in the colors, but it goes together really well. So
Yeah.
this is the 80 Miyuki
AI
size.
version.
Yeah. So it's got
Oh,
that
that's
cream. It's got the copper. It also has like a chocolate brown opaque and some flash in there as
Ooh.
well.
I see a pop of,
Gorgeous.
is that a pop of bronze going there?
Mhm.
Or almost
Yeah, I
like
think
a-
it was. Yeah,
Like
it was
an
like
iris?
Yeah, it was some sort of. I'm forgetting the name of the coating right now, but yeah, has
like a
pop
Tila, like
flash.
the Tila coating. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then, what do you
yeah.
want to do?
And then we also have some delicas,
Okay.
both in the 80 and 11 size of Miyuki delicas. Something Danielle, I feel like, introduced me to. So we have a 4-color set here.
That's
Bringing in the coppers, the creams, the browns, the sparkle.
I
Of
love
the
that. I love you
box.
guys always include a little extra bonus.
Something with some flash. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like that extra Danielle personality, like a little something extra.
Oh, that's so
Like,
cool.
it's the equivalent of Danielle would add a little dangle to the end of
Mhm.
end
Or
of it.
Sarah, you mean?
No,
oh,
I'm talking
oh.
about Danielle
Oh,
here.
sorry,
We
sorry.
both, but she does it too. We both have to.
I
go
know,
back.
you both.
No, I know, but Danielle
Yeah.
does it very specifically on
That's true.
on a chain extender. She'll then put
Yeah.
a perfect little dangle on it. There's always a little something extra, the little extra handmade touch.
Extra touch, yeah.
And
Yeah.
this extra color reminds me of like the same feel.
So
So
those
true.
are the smaller size of Miyukis. We also have a 4-part set. Excuse me. In the larger size.
This is the 80 Delica.
Yeah.
I really get to be the Vanna White today.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about these. Who's the host of
Paul Pat Sajak, right?
Oh,
Forgetting his
oh.
first name. Pat? All right. I'm sure everyone in the comments is screaming at me right now. But we've got This is the topaz with the silver lining, with the cream with some AB on there. That copper bead. What's this? This one is our topaz AB. It's a fabulous little collection.
This is so cool.
Wow. And then the Miyukis don't stop there.
Oh,
Rachel
yeah.
went all in this one.
So in the box, you had the fabulous cappuccino mix, but you can pick up more of that.
I think that's a must.
In the shop. But then I also came up with 2 other color combos that I even surprised Sam with. He had no idea what I had come up with.
I love them so much.
So I have a turquoise southwest palette. I have that turquoise Picasso, that like burnt orange matte bead, bronze and cream together.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Rachel.
That's pretty.
Very happy with that one.
That is so cool. So people have options now. They can take and buy more leather, and they can do another bracelet in these colors.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I wanted to, even though these are different colors than the box, I wanted to share them with everyone today. It's like, this is the first time we've ever carried Tila beads in the shop. So I wanted to have 3 different mix options for everyone to choose from. So this is our ethereal twilight mix. The fabulous Shira actually gave me that name. So oh my god! I feel like I'm dreaming when I see these colors. But you have
Carnival.
You have like this.
Yeah, it looks like stained glass Mardi Gras to me, kind of like.
Yeah, the cobalt, the purple, and then that Maria is that yellowy golden pink.
Oh, there we go.
I'm so happy with that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these are so cool. I've always loved Tila's because you can even just like make this super simple to like
stringing them up as a
bracelets, yeah.
Maybe add little speed beads between or not. You have options.
Oh my goodness.
And then we also have our custom trio of Soft Flex.
Soft Flex is they're a nearby company, fellow Bay Area bead company, and we get to collaborate them each month to make matching Soft Flex to go with.
Yeah, because I mean, stringing is such a great way to use this box. And so these are 3 colors that'll pair so well. So you've got in the center there is that bone, that kind of creamy ivory color. You've got on the left-hand side would be our copper. So that's that metallic flex wire there. And then on the right-hand side is the butterscotch imperial topaz. So another kind of a rich brown there as well, warm brown. It's a few different color options.
And the trios are fun because it's actually a great way to get lots of colors at a discount.
Yeah.
I'm getting about $5 off when you get these as a trio. So definitely take advantage. They're very nice to give us even when we get these custom, the trio pricing. And so we just pass that on to you.
Yeah. Then I think I have one other tray of goodies over there. I just wanted to show some of the kind of core materials that you also might appreciate. So we have a really nice stock right now of copper craft wire. So we have both artistic wire this is the 18 gauge, but we have it like up to like 24 at least. And then we also have German style wire, which is really great for wire wrapping. And
it's just a little bit more work hardened. So you can see on the scale, your artistic wire is going to be your dead soft copper. And then just a little bit higher up here, that first circular dot there is where German style falls. Just a little bit more work hardened. It's a Sarah Love Craft recommendation that we carry in the shop.
Yep. So you got 2 different options for copper wire in the shop. You saw that you might want to pick up some thread for next week for the class, and for some of the seed bead weaving designs you might get inspired by from Danielle. So I just restocked our beige and our black.
Nice.
So you can pick up either and that's all on the coffee page on our site.
We have Wildfire and Fireline on the website.
Yeah, we do a Fireline as well if that's your preference.
And then we've got so much new leather in the shop.
Yeah, so I picked out 3 of our 1.5 millimeter size. So that warm brown that was in the box, the copper, as well as the dark brown. I think any of those would look so fabulous with the box, but we have like a dozen colors. We've got blues and greens and pinks and reds and, whatever
our
colors you would like.
Are overflowing with leather. It's so cool to see when you're walking into the warehouse because we have all these different colors and you can get to pick your size. And we often we have the same color in like usually all 3 sizes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that copper is awesome.
I know. This is such a unique leather, metallic leather.
That's
And I think you said 1.5 millimeters your preference for these leather wraps, and
It is.
especially if you're matching, like I guess just in general, but you said also specifically for these Tila beads, you think it's a nice
It's
balance.
a nice height. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a great height also for both 11O and 8O seed beads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Woo, those are all the goodies.
That's all the goodies. So these are your design elements. You also can grab your individual extras on the website and app right now. The individual elements, these design elements are available. And then coming on Tuesday is everything, all the bonuses.
Oh yeah.
So that's things like I have the bronzite and this coin and square and more stones.
And like I got the fabulous brand new dragonfly focal in a bunch of other gorgeous colors. So we have a lot of pretties.
Cool.
Yeah.
So like that's where we get to like
expand
on all of our favorite beads is on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So the first class we have coming up with Danielle is that leather wrap bracelet that she has there a week from today at 3:00 Pacific. You want to put in your calendar right now.
And then we're going to be back again. We got 3 weeks of Danielle. So we got we have the leather wrap class. And then the week after, we're going to do another class. We're still deciding what that's going to be. So if there's a certain shape that you guys really want a class about, you can let us know. Or I'm sure Danielle will be, I'm sure Danielle will be posting, what she makes, and you guys can comment like, I need to know how to make this one.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure out what we want to do.
We will definitely need some earrings in there. We got to do some brick stitch on those.
Yeah, it's like what bead? This is like we can kind of start. Maybe Shira will start a thread for us in Gem Chat of what beads start you want to see in the classes.
Okay.
Sometimes there's always like a bead that where like folks are like, I don't quite know what to do with this bead, and I'm confident Danielle will have ideas because she picked up
100
all these beads.
Yeah, and I feel like you had a vision for a lot of these when you were picking them out.
For a lot of these, I did. Yeah, it's the hard part will be picking one.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ideas don't always work, but then they give you a new idea in exchange for not working usually. So it works out.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
So this is like our month of Danielle.
It's nothing. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
I get to spend time with you guys. It's always fun for me too.
Yeah. I'm so glad.
Oh my gosh, we're very excited. It was such a pleasure getting to collaborate with you on this box, Danielle, and like getting to learn more about your college years and like what inspires you and what makes you happy and like I don't know. It's been so wonderful getting to know you, especially over the last year since I've gotten to see you in person twice now, and I hopefully will get to see you in Tucson. I'm hoping next year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we're gonna collab. Yeah.
And I'll be your way in November too, and hopefully this time I will be well. So I can make it over to the shop. I had intended to go.
Love to welcome you.
We want to give you a tour so badly.
Give you the tour of the new space.
Can't wait to see it.
Just thank you so much for sharing your love of beads and creativity, and just you're such a wonderful presence in the bead world, and so I feel very honored that we got to do this whole process with you.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm happy too. This was so fun. Really
thank you so much.
Awesome. So we'll see you next week, Danielle. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And everyone, have a lovely weekend, and you can start posting what you make in Gem Chat.
We want to see it.
So go search Gem Chat on Facebook. Make sure you're a member of our Gem Chat group. And that's also where you can start to see what other people are making with the box.
Yeah, and if you post on Instagram, make sure to tag at Sam's Bead Shop, but also tag at Danielle Wickes Jewelry. And she might even share what you made on her stories.
Oh, yes, I will absolutely.
When I first met Danielle, she shared something that I made from one of her classes, and I was so excited.
I was so excited, dude. It was cool.
So
I have somebody hovering over my monitors. That's why I keep looking at.
Little kid.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. Good luck.
Hi, Alex.
So my older son is camping for Boy Scouts, so he's alone with me this weekend.
Hi.
Oh.
Yes, we're still in our jammies today.
Fabulous.
Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend together.
Thank
and
you.
I hope you stole all the candies, Alex. And
We got both of them already.
Yeah.
Just feeding them up.
high five.
Nice.
What do you think of the bead box? Do you like it? Do you love it?
Yeah, I like it.
Your mom's did a great
It's Alex
job.
approved.
Alex approved. Oh my gosh. Well, you have a wonderful weekend. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.